Hey y'all, I'm making a video basically just describing what a fawn and an adult deer or doe or buck would look like, and what to look for instead of taking a fawn. Um, because when I first went out, I didn't have a clue, or I wasn't patient enough. I just didn't look. I just shot at what was brown, which is okay when you're first starting out. It's a learning experience, but I figured I'd make this video to help kind of sway or kind of move the learning curve for y'all. That way, y'all can be more patient and more attentive on what you're looking for. All right, so I'm gonna drop this, hang this over. So this target's 8 up, okay, but it's half my height. I'm 6'2". This is about the size of what a fawn would be, and the snout is what will give away a doe or a fawn. A fawn is gonna have a really short snout, okay. It's gonna look just like this, body wise and all for a fawn. Excuse the holes. That's where the antler is supposed to go in. But when the snout is that short, it's a it's that year's deer. It was born that year. So usually, what you're looking for is a really elongated snout, a snout that comes out quite a bit further for an adult doe, about here, and it's gonna. Well, I think it looks more like a horse kind of looking snout. Um, that is the biggest way to help me look at when I'm pretty far, 20 yards is pretty far away from deer, and when they all stand next to each other, they kind of blend. Also, look for the biggest deer. I get the smallest one and maybe the closest. If that's what you want to go for it. And you may not have a whole lot of hunting days out in the woods, understandable, but maybe maybe do your part and determine whether if you want to take that young deer that could produce tons of other deer, or get the older one who might be at her end of producing deer, or he. Um, uh, Big conservation thing, trying to push out to basically give more information for y'all and to be better woodsmen, or I guess hunters in the woods, to help promote that conservation for wildlife and to have healthier populations of deer. Um, yeah, those are the main key factors of knowing the difference between a fawn and an adult. Um, yeah, look for those longer snouts, those taller deer, longer legs. You're gonna notice the fawns look like they have little short, stubby legs, or it could also be potential of a dwarf deer. I guess there's been cases of that, but 9 times out of 10, it's gonna be a fawn. So try to avoid that situation of shooting a younger deer. Another common mistake that I had my very first hunt with the rifle, um, I shot a deer that was a yearling buck, mainly because his ear was up and I couldn't see the the spikes, and of course I was straight up quartering shot, not quartering, but it was a broadside shot. Ear was up. I shot it and it fell behind a log, and when I ran up, I was like, oh crap! It's just little tiny little spikes. So maybe I wasn't very patient. I shot the first thing that was brown. Make sure to look for those things. Look at the head, look at the snout, all that. You can also tell a difference between a young buck and an older buck is the snout as well. That helps. Um, the only thing that could be really confusing is like that situation of a young buck looking like a doe. Um, can be preventable, but it's really hard, especially if it's low light. Basically, just stay aware of your surroundings and try to pay attention. But yeah, I figured I'd make that quick video. Hopefully it helped y'all out. I wish I looked up something like this before I got in the woods, because I just learned everything basically through YouTube or something like that. I never had a family that hunted, or never been taken on a hunt until I started doing it myself. Hopefully this will help you all out who are doing the research before they're going out there. So thank you all for coming by. Love y'all. And if y'all are interested, I have a Mathews Phase 4 that I'll be giving away once I hit 3,000 subscribers. So if you want to go ahead and subscribe, go for it, because it's free. Might as well, right? Subscribe, and later I'll put on a video of, usually I'll do like a hashtag something on a certain video, and you go to that video and do that hashtag, whatever it is, and I'll use that to put you in for a drawing for the bow. So thank y'all for watching again. Love y'all. Just remember, pull that bow and drop a doe.